Good morning, children. Today we shall begin with a new chapter, chapter 16, Our Earth, a Precious Planet. Why is it called as a precious planet, children? Yes, because we live here. Air, water, soil help us to survive on our planet. And most importantly, it is the only planet in our solar system which has life. Have you all heard that people stay on Mars, Jupiter, Venus? No, we haven't heard about this. Since it has water and air, it has plants and animals, soil on which plants grow, and it is the only planet where people live. Therefore, it is called a precious planet. Have you all understood now? Look at this diagram, children. This is our earth. Now this is all salty water which we cannot drink at all. Here you will find the distribution of land on earth. Only 1% or less than 1% of fresh water is available for drinking, cooking. Land on the earth also has different landforms like mountains, hills, plateaus. Plants cannot grow on land that has no soil. We have studied before that plants do not grow in deserts because there is only sand and no soil in the desert. Soil is also in danger due to erosion and pollutants. Look at this diagram. About 3/4 of the earth's surface is water, and mostly it is the salty water. This is all the salty water. Some of the remaining water is ice. Can you see this ice? And very small amount is fresh water. Now the water which is available for plants, animals and people is very less. The water is also in danger due to pollution. Now we spoke about global warming too in the previous chapter. Due to carbon dioxide and other unhealthy gases, the air is getting polluted, which is not good for living beings. Look at this diagram, children. In the previous chapter, we learned that the constituents of the earth are linked. Which are the constituents of our earth, children? Yes, water, air, land and all living things are the four constituents of the earth. Now here we will see the connection between the resources. Can you see these orange arrows, children? Yes, it shows how they are connected. Living resources, people, animals and plants are interconnected and are interdependent. Look here, now these are the earth's resources, non-living and living. Okay, they are interconnected and interdependent. Now in non-living we have resources, we have limited and unlimited. Now in unlimited, sun and wind are unlimited resources. Unlimited resources which we have studied about the minerals, the fossil fuels. Okay. Now in living we have plants, animals and people. Now non-living resources are also interconnected and interdependent. Like reducing of fossil fuels, we can reuse it. Even air, water and soil can be reused. Metals and non-metals are also reusable. So we saw that all the resources, living and non-living, are all interconnected and interdependent. We look at some examples how these resources are interdependent and interconnected. In the beginning of the early 21st century in America, beekeepers noticed that bees were dying in large numbers. When they tried to find out, they noticed that the bees were dying because of the insecticides used on plants by some farmers. Do you all know why bees are necessary, children? They sit on flowers to suck nectar, and their legs carry pollen grains from one flower to another. Look at this picture. These are the pollen grains, means the seeds. When so many bees were dying, there were not enough bees to spread the pollen, and farmers were finding it difficult to grow new plants. So they improved the condition, but still this continues to be a problem. Look at these pictures, children. Now we will see how the Earth's resources are interconnected and interdependent. Now this is chicken tandoori and this is paneer tandoori. Now to make chicken tandoori, we need chicken, curd, spices and oil. And for paneer tandoori, we need paneer, spices and oil. Children, we need chicken. What does chicken eat? It eats grains and seeds. We get grains and seeds from plants. Curd we get from milk. Milk from cow, and cow eats grass. Spices we get from different plants. Oil we get from sunflower and peanut. All these are connected to plants. Anything we eat comes from plants. But even plants depend on us to keep the environment clean and pure so that they can grow well. Children, we will stop our lesson here. Read the chapter and you all take care.